Hey, how y'all doing? Want to go ahead and show you a little find I got a hold of this past weekend here. I got me a Treager Junior, and this is a 2010 model I got. We had a neighborhood yard sale. Thought I got me a great deal on this, and this is a heavy reel, cast iron or whatever they make these drums out of. It's the heavy duty one. Now, this one actually sits up here. This is a plastic rolling stand I got it on, so it sits up there. So I got on this rolling stand here, you know, to where you can just kind of move it pretty easily. And I'll bring you in and show you a closer look. And when I'm done, I've kind of rehabbed the inside. I got me some of this this Rust-Oleum high heat grill paint, and had a little bit of rust and stuff on the inside. I took a wire brush, scraped all that out. Now this one has the analog temperature control, smoke control. It doesn't have the digital. So I'll go in and we'll get a closer look. So let's come in and get a closer look at this guy here, y'all. Basically, you can see it inside the box here. I did some respray painting, you know, with that high heat grill paint. This is what just holds the ash and stuff. Then over here, you've got your digital control. Oh, not the digital, your analog control. And see, it's got what they call the Tailgater Kit, you know, where you can roll it in the back of a pickup truck or something like that. And it's just sitting on this little plastic stand. What I'm going to do, of course, this is a pellet smoker, and this here is a baffle. It sits on top. I'll show you how exactly it works. It sits on top of this like that, I believe. And then you start it up. And then you've got the grease pan here, it fits in there. Then you've got the grill down there. And what I'm going to do, I got some of these cheap pellets, is I'm going to do a trial run today. Just heat it up, put it on the high heat setting. So here's a hopper here where you put your pellets in. I cleaned all this out. So you got your auger down there. And we're just going to get it hot and let it roll and just kind of cure in this paint, burn off some chemicals or anything like that. Alright, y'all, so I got it all set up here, got it put together. Got the grill, the grease plate, all that put in. Got the hopper full of pellets. Careful back. Sorry about that, y'all. Now we're going to go ahead. Sorry about that, y'all. 2-year-old out here hitting on the table. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to turn the power on. Hear the fan blowing, and we've got the setting over here on high. So what that's going to start doing, that is going to start feeding some of these pellets in here through that auger. They're going to start dripping in that little firebox down here, and it's going to heat up this smoker. Now what they say to do, like if you were cooking, you leave the top open for about 15 minutes, let it run like this. That way it gets all like the bad smoke or any of the old particles burn up before you get your food in there. So yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead even for this trial. I'm gonna leave this open for about 10 or 15 minutes. Wait till it starts smoking, and we'll go ahead and we'll close this thing up. And I guess that's it. Little noises it grinding some of the pellets. It grinds them and puts them over in the firebox. So in about 10 minutes we'll come back and check this out, y'all. I don't know if y'all can see or not, but there's a big haze of blue smoke around here. It put out a bunch here in the first 5 minutes or so. You know, I guess it's burning all that junk out of there, the older pellets and everything. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to go ahead and close this up, and we're going to let this thing just get hot, y'all. Let it cure. We're going to go to the thermometer up here, 0, so we'll let this thing go. Come back and check it in about another 20 or 30 minutes. Just let it heat up. That's what we're trying to do, just burn all that old junk out of there. This thing's just been going since I closed the lid, maybe about 10 minutes or so. Let's just look at the temperature gauge. And it's already up there, and hope you can see, about 350. So this thing's heating up pretty quick. You know, I guess it's kind of a small area, and you know, it's convection in there. That's why, you know, I'm excited to cook on this thing. You know, I've been cooking on the Master Build. I've had buddies that have had these Traegers. You know, they go, man, you got to step it on up. You got to try the Treager. And I'm like, you know, I won't spend that kind of money. Got a really good deal on this one. And then I didn't know they made the small ones like this. And this is plenty big to do, you know, 4 or 5 racks of ribs, probably a couple of Boston butts, a turkey, a few chickens, you know. So this is really all about I need. And you know, they're wanting me, tell me I need to change this analog control out to digital. I'm gonna try it with the analog first. Apparently, from what I'm seeing, smoke is anywhere from about 175 to about 185, and medium is about 250, 275, and high, they say, is about 350 to 400, something like that. So we'll just, you know, do some trial runs, test it, and see how it goes. And you know, I'm just excited about having something new here in my pit collection, and being able to try it out for you folks, and we'll just kind of learn together about it. But anyway, just gonna let this thing keep on rolling. We'll see how it's doing with the pellets. See how it's eating them down right there in the middle. So pretty interesting here. Interesting to see how long that little box full of pellets lasts on high. You know, it's burning really fast, so we'll see. But y'all have been saying, would say we've been going about 45 minutes here. So let's check the temp. The temp is a little above 400. So that's good. And let's check what these are. Oh, okay. See, it's turning here. We need more chips. I guess you got to kind of push them down. More chips, more pellets. So we'll go ahead and let it go on that. But, you know, at high, when you put on high, it's supposed to go through these pretty fast, you know. And I don't know how many cups. We'll get to that later in the testing of this here. But, yeah, that's pretty cool there. We can go ahead and let it roll. I'll probably fill that hopper up again because I'm not going to be using these old generic char griller pellets to cook on. They just gave me these for free, and the guy I bought the grill from, and I'm just going to use these to season it, you know, just to break it in. But y'all, now what I'm going to do, after it's been going here for about an hour and a half, it hovers around 400 on high. I'm going to go ahead and install my ambient temperature probe on my iGrill 2. I want to get some grill grade readings to see what kind of swing we have on high. We'll back down to medium and try low. You know, just trying to get to know the grill. So what we're going to do, we'll open this up and install our probe. We're going to put the probe right here in the center. Oh, it's hot there now. Oh! Alright, now I'll put my wire back through here. It's got some openings in the back and some vents. Go ahead and run that out. Close her up. And iGrill 2. Oh, let's see. See right here on top of the box. Go ahead and plug it in. Turn it on. And I'm just be interested to see what kind of temps we're running in here. Probe 1. Alright, you know, we're cool right now. Just going on up. I'll let you know in a few minutes when we get leveled out. Come back and check in about 5 minutes and see what the temps say and compare it to up here. Y'all, it's been a little over 10 minutes. And we're at, I don't know if you can see that or not, but we're at 486 on the iGrill grill grate temperature. And see over here, it's just telling us 400. Don't ever go by these top thermometers. I don't, because I'm not cooking up here, I'm cooking down the grates. And this is what I'm talking about when I say know your pit. You want to do these trial runs with your pit. And this is great. I'm so glad I'm doing this burn-in and getting to learn the pit here. This iGrill 2 is a great piece of equipment. Again, like I always do, I'll put a link where you can get this down in the description box. We're at 491 now, 486, 491. What I want to see what it gets up to, you know, running this thing for about 30 minutes on high and see what the swing is, because the way the pellet smoker works, and it augers in the pellets, ignites the pellets, gets it up to a certain temperature, then it stops feeding pellets. Lets the temperature drop some. When it gets down to a certain temperature, it's going to feed more pellets. So that's the important thing, to know your swing when it's on high. But what we're seeing right now, we're almost up to 500 degrees. This would be great for doing something like searing a prime rib roast or something like that. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and let this go. We're still at 486 for about 10 or 20 more minutes. And that way I can make a good graph and realize exactly what we did here on high. Guys, so here's where we are. After about, let's see, when it got up to the highest temperature, about 9:50, it's 10 minutes. After about 20 minutes, we got up to a little over 500 degrees, as you can see right there. We started this about, 9:48 or so. That's where I unplugged it, sorry about that. So anyway, we're being able to graph this. We're not getting much of a dip at all. We're getting, you know, around 500 degrees, a little bit over. We've been running for about 20-25 minutes now. I'm gonna let it go ahead and run for about 30 minutes on high so we can get a really good graph of what we're looking at here. All right, y'all, on high, here's what we're experiencing here. I hope y'all can see this good. I'm gonna try to post this graph. Now remember, this is where I unplugged it and I just turned it off here, so that's why it's dropping so fast. So basically at 9:48 when we started, it took it about 15 minutes to get up to about 500 degrees. After that, after about 30 minutes or so, we got up between 500 and 520. After about 45 minutes, we peaked up to about 540 degrees, and that's where the peak is. So I want to say on high, even after about an hour, we're looking at well, of course, we're looking at, from when it planes out in about 15 minutes, about 500 to 540 degrees. But after a good 9:48 to 9:28, so that's after about 40 minutes, we're looking at between 520 and 540 degrees at the great temperature. All right, for high setting on the Treager Junior with analog control. So this is very important information. I'm going to save this. This is all comes with your iGrill 2. This is the app for it. So, and I'll put a link to where you can get the iGrill 2. But now we know about what it's going to do on high. Now once it cools down to about, we're at 248 right now, to below 200 or so, 150 degrees, we'll start a medium test. We'll say this too while we're cooling here. That was the height temperature right here at the grill grate, but our temp up here remained at about 400, 410, 420. So you see there's about 100 degrees difference between right here and way up here. So that's why it's always important to get your grill grate temperature, because that's where your food's going to be. You know, honestly, I shouldn't say that because I bet you the temperature's not that much different up here. What it is these old thermometers right here. I mean, these are just spring load. They're not that accurate. So you never, I mean, so look, right now it's saying it's 150 degrees in there. We're at 165 down here. So we're about 10 degrees different on this. Well, it's 150 degrees because that's as low as it goes. So, you know. It's just not nearly as accurate as having something like this iGrill 2 here. I'm going to open this back up so we can go ahead and let the heat out of here so we can start a medium test. How many chips we burned? We burned a pretty good bit. Now, I did add a cup or so more because I was afraid we were going to run out. But, you know, on high, you don't get that much smoke either. You know, your mouth is burning like a fire burning down there. So, you know, you're not going to get rid of that smoky taste. That's why I said it'd be pretty good for searing like a prime rib roast or something like that. So like I said, let's cool down a little bit and let's get to the medium test. All right, y'all. It's about 11 o'clock. We're down to about 148, 45 degrees. That should be good because I know medium's supposed to cook a little hotter than that. So let's close up our box here. We'll turn the blower on, the burner on and everything. And we'll close it up. And I'm not going to let it go 15 minutes just because we're doing a heat test. I'm not going to leave that open. And let's turn this back on. We'll do a reset on the iGrill 2. Well, let's say we'll start it over again. I'm going to go ahead and turn my app on here. Reconnect. My Bluetooth and everything. We're connecting. Let's see where we are. 141. Okay? And we will set up and see what that does. All right, y'all. It's been about 15 minutes. Let's see where we are here. We're at 350. That's what it's been hovering around. 350, almost running up to 342 there, and been running up to almost 360. Let's see what we're looking like up here on the grill top. This is 300. Like I said, I don't trust those thermometers. I like my grill too. So we'll let this run, you know, about another 30 minutes, and we'll come back. We'll see exactly how we're planing out, what we're peaking at, what we're going down to. All right, y'all, so after 45 minutes here on medium, we get it steady. See how those little hills right there, the ebbs and flows, that's just what you're looking for right there. 340 to about 355, just steady right there. So about 350 degrees is to be perfect for baking something because you don't have much smoke at all, or doing some chicken. this would be great. You could start the chicken out on low, and we'll see what low does next. And then you can move it up here and get this good cook, crisp up that skin. But medium is basically 350 degrees, 340 to 355 degrees right there, y'all. All right, y'all, so we just dropped right under 100 degrees here on cooling the Traeger down. So what we're going to do, I'm going to put it on smoke or the lower setting. We're going to turn it on. Go ahead and close this up. And let's see what happens on the low or smoke setting. All right, y'all, here's where we were with the low temperature after about an hour and 15 minutes. And it looks like it mainly tries to keep it between 180 and about 200. So, and it does have some big dips in here. I don't know, I guess that's when the auger shuts off or something like that. So kind of a low heat smoke there on low. And I did this for an hour and 15 minutes. And this is what I come up with. Next, I want to put my probe up there toward the top of the smoker. And I want to see on that, the medium seems to be most consistent around 350. What kind of reading I get that against the iGrill 2 and that top thermometer to see if it's really a lot cooler up there or if that top thermometer is just really off. I'm going to clip that thermometer right up there on top, and hopefully when I shut the grill, we'll kind of go sideways and get a reading. Now it's going to touch. See what I can do to get that thing. Maybe that. That should work really good right there. It's pretty much at the top of the grill. That should get us some readings there. So we'll go ahead and see how that reads against that top grill thermometer there on medium after about 15 minutes. And now we've let it run for about 15 minutes. And what I've got here on the dial, if you can see, it's reading a little less than 300 on their thermometer. And we're reading 281, so yeah, it's about right, but that's just getting the temperature up here, up top, and I want to figure out the top between that and the grate temperature. So like I said, we're at 287, moving on up. Over here you can kind of see we're about the same. So let's I'm going to get another probe out and we'll see what it's doing. Okay, what I'm going to do now, I've got another temperature probe here. Ambient temperature iGrill 2 probe. I'm going to install this on grate level. We're just going to kind of see what the difference is. Oh, dang. Hold on just a second. I'm going to reinstall that. So now I've got one probe up top and one probe down here at grate level. Go ahead and close this up. Let it go for a few minutes. Oh, let me get this thing back on there, y'all. Sorry about that. Top, the grate level, and let's see what the difference is. Here's what we're looking at, folks. Number one's up there on top, and this is down there at grate level. And difference in about temperature. This thing's been running about 10 minutes. It'll kind of get a little time to plane out, but that's kind of what it is. We're just running about 20 degrees difference here, but then that could be expected. We'll check what that top timer's saying too. Here I'm at 326 up on my top gauge, and then we're over here. If you can just see a little under 3. So yeah, that's off a pretty good bit on that little screen, not timer but thermometer. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and crank this thing up a high, burn the rest of these pellets out of here, and y'all, I think that's about the end of my part 1 on my Traeger here, Traeger Junior, just trying to calibrate it, figure out what temperatures it's doing and everything, and I'll post some pics of those temperature readings at the different power levels of smoke, medium and high. But thank y'all, and hopefully next time we'll go ahead and get some meat on here. Oh yeah, y'all please sub my channel and like my videos, and please share them. I'd appreciate it. Thank y'all.